All right, Fabs. It is a triple header. It's right here on Saturday. We're going to go all three of these games, starts and sits with the Super Bowl and fantasy. If you run a legitimate league, you better not be playing in Week 17. So let's start with the early contest. You saw it there. Texans Buccaneers. Give me a start and a sit in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to start Rashad Perriman. We know Mike Evans is already out, and now Chris Godwin has been declared out, which means Perriman is going to be the #1 wide receiver in an offense that throws the ball on average about 40 times per game, money. So Perriman is in there, potentially ranked higher than a guy like Julian Edelman this week. And the player that I'm sitting, Carlos Hyde. Now, I get it. Had a big game last week against the Titans, but I wouldn't chase the fantasy points. The Buccaneers are allowing 3 yards per carry. They've also given up the third fewest fantasy points to enemy running backs.
Yeah, and as we shift to the second game, Bills Patriots, let's get another start and sit.
Yeah, I'm digging James White. I feel like he has got such a safe floor because of his abilities as a pass catcher. He's actually the RB4 over the last 3 weeks. He's also 5th among running backs in catches. And since week 10, the Bills have allowed the 7th most catches to running backs. And the player I'm sitting in this one, Josh Allen. Now, he's been a top 10 quarterback all season long from a fantasy perspective, but he has failed to score 17 fantasy points in 2 straight games. And the Patriots are very tough at Gillette Stadium, giving up their 3 touchdown passes and the fewest fantasy points to quarterbacks. So Allen is a big-time fade for me.
All right, let's finish it off with a nightcap. Rams 49ers, start sit.
We just had him on the air, Raheem Mostert. Not only is he good at surfing, apparently, he's also good at football. He's given you double-digit fantasy points in 4 straight games. And you also got to like this matchup against the Rams. They just got gashed by Zeke Elliott. They've given up the 6th most fantasy points to running backs since week 12. So Mostert is a flex starter for me. The player I'm sitting, Jared Goff. Why? Well, Jared Goff has failed to score 18-plus fantasy points in 5 of his last 6 games. He had just 1.1 fantasy point the last time he played the Niners. And money, it's supposed to be rainy and wet in that game in San Francisco, so I want no part of Jared Goff, especially with that bad thumb.
There you go. And with you on that, be sure to check out NFL Fantasy Live today at 6 p.m. Eastern for a whole host of advice regarding you winning that Super Bowl in fantasy this week. Thank you, Fabs.
All right, buddy.
And